in, going at it early from the tailgate to the end zones, and you got to think this will be a little contentious. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Rainbow Warriors offense will start this game off with the football. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games. The team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay
There he goes! That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
Off the play fake on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
The Rainbow Warriors now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. On the move, he fires. Got his man to the left. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. And the Rainbow Warriors come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive.
Nice play call, QB sneak, yet another first down. And this offense, they've been on the field for some time now. They're helping their defense out, giving them some wins so that when they get back on the field, they'll be ready to play with their hair on fire.
Pulls it in, it's Harris. And this one will be stopped for no gain. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
Brings up second down.
Back to pass on second down. Going deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that one's going to be knocked down incomplete, and we have knocked out the first quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. The Rainbow Warriors will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The Bulldogs offense will go to work for the first time today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Scanning the field, it's Warner. Throws to the wideout. That's reeled in, it's Freeman. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Freeman. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Oh, spins away. Touchdown, Fresno State. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And they pound the rock. The run game comes through late in the first half when you needed it. Now they take the lead. They take the momentum. That's how you end the first half.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Barfield. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Right on the money. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Fires to the wideout. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield very late in the half. Throws toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
And holding on to a first-half lead, this offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to the locker room. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
And the Rainbow Warriors will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll start this third quarter with a run. That keeps the running game churning. Pickup of 5 to the 23. And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. Fires it incomplete. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? Now on the move. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Looking downfield, it's Warner. All alone, he's got it. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. From the gun, running back gets to give. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6.
Brings up second down.
Looking for a gap. It's Gilliam. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Bulldogs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Gets it out quickly. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They're going back to the ground. Makes a man miss. Oh my goodness, he's still moving. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Bulldogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. To the ground, he's got it again. And this time they're waiting for him, and he only gets back to the line of scrimmage. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Stands in and takes the hit. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
On the run from inside his own 5. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the right.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Under fire. They make the stop, but he knew exactly how much he needed and where he needed to get for that first down.
I love the play call there, too, because 2nd and short, defense is thinking you might run it. So you try to catch him off guard with the pass. Nothing there. Even if you throw an incompletion, you're going to have a chance to run it the very next play, but doesn't matter. This guy's just so athletic himself. He's able to go get the first. Let's get a fresh set of downs.
Fires to the tight end. All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
The Rainbow Warriors will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. He's going to take off. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the Rainbow Warriors racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the line quickly. They'll spike it to save some time. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. and is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Oh, and the attempt is no good. The missed field goal leaves us with a double-digit game, still sitting at 10. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee.